Let's talk about it with David Drucker, the associate politics editor for Roll Call. David, what's the motivation here? Is it in part the Supreme Court and the health care ruling, or is it something else?
Well, Romney's been collecting this money and raising it hand over fist since before the health care ruling, although that clearly helped him with small donors who give online. We saw that in the immediate 48 hours after the health care ruling. I think he raised $5 million or more from small donors, and that has been where he was weak. He's always been strong with large donors and medium-sized donors. But I think what you're seeing is Romney, first of all, is a good fundraiser. He does well in small settings. People tend to like him when he works the room in closed-door settings. And when he was finally the nominee and had, in a sense, won the primary, he was able to go to work doing so. I think we need to also point out that he's raising money for his campaign, for the Romney Victory Effort, which is a separate joint fundraising committee for money to be dispersed throughout the states, and for the Republican National Committee. He is now, in a sense, the chief fundraiser, and he's raising millions of dollars for them, and collectively he has a lot of money to spend. Now, President Barack Obama still had a huge head start, has a lot more money in the bank, has a lot more money to run on television ads right now, and the bulk of Romney's money is not going to really be available to him until he is the actual declared nominee at the Republican convention. So the president still has an edge here, but this shows that Romney is not going to be a weak, underfunded candidate the same way that John McCain was in 2008.
But at the same time, the president is in some respects turning the fundraising disparity, or trying to turn it to his advantage. He's sending out pleas, and in fact he made that plea from Air Force One in a phone call saying, hey, you got to cough up some money. Mitt Romney is outraising me.
Yeah, John, this is always a fine line. If you look like you're weak, it might discourage people from giving because nobody wants to bet on a losing horse. Nobody wants to give to an effort that's going nowhere. On the other hand, if it looks like you're doing fine, sometimes your supporters can get complacent. Hey, look, he doesn't need my money. He's got plenty. And so you're always trying to sort of find ways to motivate your base and excite them. On the other hand, you don't want them to take for granted that you've got plenty of money, and I think the president is doing what he can to use the circumstances to his advantage. Let's not forget, he has been raising millions and millions of dollars going back into 2011 when Republicans, including Mitt Romney, were fighting it out in the presidential primary, so that the president already has dozens of field offices and boots on the ground in key battleground states. The Romney campaign has to play catch-up and ramp up. You've also noticed the president with millions of dollars in attack ads up in the key swing states. Mitt Romney is going to have to catch up there. So this is a really good sign for Romney that he's come out of the gate raising lots of money. He's going to need it. If he loses this race, it won't be because he didn't have enough money, but we shouldn't overstate the advantage. I think the president here is still in a good position.
Right, and as you pointed out earlier, I mean, Mitt Romney was taking on his Republican challengers for a long time. President Obama was able to sit on whatever contributions he had, so he has had, what, $100 million head start in funding.
Yeah, if that, and it's where he was able to put it. He was able to get his campaign and his nationwide infrastructure up and running so that by the time Mitt Romney was the nominee, the president already had a full architecture to combat the Romney campaign. Now, that doesn't mean Romney can't win or shouldn't win if the circumstances allow. Challenger candidates have won from time to time. It's been a regular occurrence, so it would be no excuse. And clearly, the Romney fundraising machine is really good. I've talked to Republicans in Washington who themselves have been rather astonished at the ability of Mitt Romney to raise money and so quickly. And I would expect that to continue because people now believe that he can win. There was, I think, early in the campaign a concern that he just couldn't get it done. I don't know that they're sold that he's going to win. I don't think they are, but they believe that it's possible. And when a challenger's supporters believe that it's possible, they're more willing to give. So I think we'll see more of this. I think it's going to be a fair fight. I still think the president's going to end up outraising Mitt Romney when we tally up the numbers at the end of the day. But again, it's going to be even enough.
And the power of the incumbency is worth a lot. David Drucker from Roll Call. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Well, hot